Hi and welcome to another video from Volkify, a channel where we cover personal growth. Today we are gonna get into the top 5 personal growth movies out there. And I can tell you right now, we got the whole spectrum covered. There's comedy movies, there's kind of sad movies, and really everything in between. Some movies you probably know and some of them you might never have heard of before. So make sure to check it out. So I got 5 movies coming up that cover different aspects of personal growth. Those 5 movies are not necessarily ranked, but the very last one I'm gonna talk about today is my all-time favorite. It's the movie I definitely learned the most from in terms of personal growth. And by the way, on this YouTube channel I talk a lot about different resources for personal growth. So if you're interested in developing yourself further, make sure you subscribe down below so you always get the newest updates. So, movie number 1, Limitless. It is the story of an unsuccessful writer who really can't get his shit together, can't get anything done in his life.
See that guy? That's me. My excuse for looking like this? I'm a writer.
Who discovers a secret drug that he takes and that makes him access 100% of his brain capacity.
You know how they say that we can only access 20% of our brain? This lets you access all of it.
So within just 4 days he finishes this book that he was unable to complete before. He also gets into working with business and the stock market because he just sees the patterns and he sees how everything is connected. He improves his relationships, he just lives the life that he always dreamed of but he never actually was able to tap into. Now, why do I think that this is a relevant personal growth movie? What this movie teaches us is that we all have more potential than we actually access. And we are so limited, we're so confined by our thinking of what we deserve and what we're able to do in this life that we don't even see what else is out there potentially for us. We actually don't know where our limits are. Every limit that we have in our head is simply something that we created for ourselves over time. So once we are able to break through these barriers and actually access more of our potential, we are able to reach more of our goals. We are able to dream bigger and accomplish more than we ever thought was possible. And the really cool thing here is that we don't even need that special drug that the guy in the movie has. All we need is just the right mindset. So rather than just looking for a secret pill that's gonna fix your life, work on your mindset. Work on how you perceive the world and make the world your playground. Movie number 2 is The Yes Man with Jim Carrey. Now some of you may think this is just a silly comedy and there's actually no deeper meaning to it. Well, I disagree. There's this main character in the movie and he's unsatisfied with his life, with his career, with his love life. Everything in his life is just mediocre.
You're dead, Carl. You say no to life and therefore you're not living. You make up excuses to the people around you and to yourself. You're stuck in the same dead-end job you have been for years. You don't have a girlfriend. You don't have anything close to a girlfriend. And you lost the love of your life because she couldn't be with someone who didn't live theirs.
So he's kind of this typical middle-aged man who's just stuck and he doesn't really know how to break out of it. And then he discovers the secret of saying yes. So long story short, he starts saying yes to everything. And I mean literally everything.
I do want to take guitar lessons. I do want to learn how to fly. Yes, I would like to learn Korean.
So what you can get out of this movie in terms of personal growth is to really consider how you approach opportunities. And sometimes these opportunities might not even look like opportunities, but you have to turn them into opportunities that can potentially alter your life entirely. We never know what will come out of certain decisions that we make, so we need to keep an open mind when these opportunities arise. There's so many things that we all want to do, but we're simply too afraid to say yes to. We're too afraid of the potential negative outcome. But what the movie The Yes Man can teach you is that there are really no negative outcomes. Either you win or you learn, right? So even if you say yes to something and it doesn't work out the way you want it to, you at least have a cool story to tell. The third movie on the list, The Pursuit of Happyness. So this movie is maybe a little bit harder to digest. It's about this unsuccessful businessman trying to make ends meet for his family, but eventually getting kicked out of his house. He has to live in a homeless shelter with his little son, and at the same time he's working as an unpaid intern in a very large corporation, very large bank, trying to eventually get a paid position there. So what I love about this movie is the fact that the main character never gives up.
Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me. You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
He has to overcome all these different obstacles. He has all these difficulties along the way, but he just has this grit, this mindset that he's gonna do it no matter what. He's gonna accomplish his goal. And this is exactly the kind of mindset that you also need on your own personal pursuit of happiness. Whatever that may be for you, you need to have that grit, that perseverance, and that ultimate will to overcome really anything that is put in front of you as an obstacle. I do believe that we can learn a lot from the obstacles in our way, and instead of simply giving up when we have to face them or trying to find a way around them, instead what we should do is actually embrace the situation and embrace this unique opportunity to actually learn something. This unique opportunity to grow ourselves into someone who is stronger, somebody who is more skilled, somebody who is simply better at pursuing your own path. Number 4, Into the Wild. It's a movie about a guy, 22 years old, just graduated from college, drops out of society, says, this is not for me, all the commerce, all this like career thinking, all the inside a box confined thinking, it's just not for me. I'm gonna drop out, I'm gonna do my own thing, I'm gonna live with next to nothing, just traveling, experiencing the nature, experiencing other people, making adventures, making memories really. And eventually he has this goal of living in Alaska all by himself, just with what he has and what nature provides him. So funny little side story here. The first time I watched this movie was about 10 years ago, and it was the night before my very first university exam. I remember it clearly. It was Accounting 101. I had studied for many weeks because I really wanted to ace that exam. And then the night before I watched this movie, Into the Wild. And I remember I finished the movie and I was sitting there all by myself in my room, shitty little dorm room, and I was reconsidering every single thing that I had done in my life up until this point. I was thinking, okay, what am I doing here? Why am I trying to be very good in accounting when I actually don't really care about accounting? Why am I trying to get a business degree without even knowing what I want to do with it, except of just getting a well-paid job and making money with it? So this movie really got me thinking. It made me think deeper about the values that I have in life. It made me think deeper about what I want to do with the time that I have on this very earth. And it made me reconsider so many things that I just took as granted. I do believe there's a lot to learn from this movie, and it's really about finding yourself. It's about finding your own values in life. It's about defining your own goals without being too concerned what everybody else is doing and what society might tell you the right path is for you. Alright, so you have made it this far. We have heard 5 amazing movies that I can all recommend, but the very last one is definitely my all-time favorite. I can't even describe how much I love this movie. I've seen it maybe 30 times, maybe even more, and in a second I'm gonna tell you exactly why. It is, drumroll, Fight Club. The story of the main character is actually pretty similar to the guy in Into the Wild in the way that it's a person frustrated by the rules of society and frustrated by his own little cubicle life and the life he had created for himself, So he tries to find a way out. He finds this guy who's sort of becoming his mentor, Tyler Durden, and together they start a fight club, they call it, where like-minded people get together and really find a way to express themselves other than just working their 9-to-5 jobs 5 days a week. And spoiler alert, they do that by beating the crap out of each other. Like, a lot of people don't get that the movie is much, much deeper than that. Because what the characters in this movie are actually trying to do is to find out who they are. Who am I at my core? And this is such an important question to ask. Because we live in times where we are bombarded by information, we are bombarded by the internet, by commercials, by TV, by our working environment, by our boss, and everybody's trying to tell us who we are. But in the end, really, it's only us who can settle that question. Only you can know who you want to be and how you want to express that through your actions in life. So the movie Fight Club, to me, is really a journey to finding your core. And I talk about this quite a lot on this channel. Find your core beliefs, find your core values, and then based on that, define your core goals. This is what makes your life unique. This is what makes you you. And this is exactly what the movie Fight Club, so many golden nuggets of wisdom in that movie, it's crazy. So that was it. 5 movies that can help you on your journey to personal growth. I hope you enjoyed the list, and if you did so, feel free to subscribe down below and get more videos just like this one to further enhance your personal development. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm very grateful for it, and I hope that you got some useful information out of it. Talk to you next time.